Mason Bedford didn't win Michigan, the state of Michigan, just to come here and flop in the semifinals. They're going to give them a challenge. There's no doubt about it. Can they get the job done against one of the best, the #1 seed in Franklin High School of Los Angeles, California? We'll be going up against this Mason Bedford team as we begin game #1 now.
Starting off here with the first game of possibly 7. Love those best of 7s, but X-Sync is gonna love scoring. Coop just absolutely filthy on this bump. Helps out with the scoring.
Yeah, Coop out in front, no boost in the tank. Instead of just trying to scavenge for a 12-pack or whatever, you know, they're hey, let's go to the corner and get the bump instead. So being proactive, making a play without boost is something you love to see early.
An early goal here for this #1 seeded team, and they're right back to the sky. How do you shut down this guy that just goes to the air, wins a 1v2, and then demos out the last guy? Coop is able to regain, win the bump. It's just aerial mechanics all day long, and we're only 30 seconds in.
Ibra's going to be challenged right off the rip here. X-Sync had to turn and go backwards, so quick 180. Has just enough boost to kind of play it off, but used the backwards momentum of Spoons to be able to get that one cleared. But now we've got a chop to the middle. Him was there. X-Sync got the demo there. Coop credited with the save. I'm not sure he got the save actually on the stat line, but that was a pretty clean play defensively regardless.
Defense is something underrated, I would even say, from this Benjamin Franklin High School crew. They score a lot. Their offense is phenomenal, but boy, when they are in that blue defensive side, they just hold. And of course, as I say such, Mason Bedford have to score.
And Spoons set up Ibra. All 3 members getting a touch when they transition to the offensive side of the ball. That's the way you have to play. That's the way they come out playing. And a great sign for Mason Bedford to be able to answer as well, which teams have been struggling to do against Franklin.
Exactly. It's not just a wry solo play, it's a full setup, and him, what an effort to force X-Sync off their heels, who still finds a way to make the double save, but forcing them into bad scenarios. A great sign that you're not doing it late in the series. This is the start. This is how you come out swinging. Now can you score again with all this bumping and demoing offense?
Ibra's done a great job of kind of wading in the waters as the other team looked to try to step in, but Franklin High School, now another shot. Sort of rings off that side post. X-Sync will play it on, and looking for a PC, but that one's going to be cut up in the process. Spoons got up in a hurry. Now looking to direct it on. Great job to kind of pick them up, almost a rule 1, but it will get out this center before anything transitions further.
Goes for that bump. Coop a long-range shot and just scores. No boost, maybe, plus a bump as well. And it's the back and forth. Coop helped out X-Sync on the first goal, and X-Sync returns non-favor.
Yeah, the way he was able to just kind of plant himself on the wall was great from X-Sync. To get back to it, even though you don't have boost, you're able to kind of use that height that you got from the wall itself to be able to get that one to the center. Be able to give the lead to Benjamin Franklin High School. And this one will play high to him, who's waiting for it. A great touch of a Coop, but directed on target, unfortunately for him. Maybe that play developed a little bit too quick, but you hate to see that one go unpunished regardless.
Slight mistakes. When can you find the adverse reaction to it? And X-Sync just steals it from everybody who held the patience. It's a 2-goal lead now for Benjamin Franklin.
Spoons did a good enough job trying to get it off of PC, but couldn't get the extra touch, which would have directed it away, but unfortunately, guess who was waiting right there? X marks the spot, and he was able to label it top shelf, top cheese, as we say in the industry, a 3-1 lead now.
That 2-goal advantage is just insane to watch as X-Sync makes another incredible read. Him is challenging. Him is bringing all that confidence over towards the goal line. It does feel like eventually, when does that confidence hit a brick wall? When do you just start to go for more of those passing plays instead of the solos? Because right now, X-Sync and crew, even though it's a 2-0, or not a 2-0, 2-goal lead rather, the shots are even. They have denied Mason Bedford on 5 out of their 6 attempts.
Sinks up high yet again. And you're seeing the accuracy from Mason Bedford be a little bit off, and I think a big part of that is the way that Benjamin Franklin has been able to really play with speed. It catches you off guard. You have to make decisions a little bit quicker than you're used to, more than comfortable with. And then that's when you start to see things slide a little bit. It's not by any means a bad look or a bad play. It's just they're a little bit quicker, and it's very difficult to kind of play to that degree.
Teamwork as well. It's not just quickness, but it's play together. This communication factor that they bring, it's nice. Here's another communication that needs to be done, and Icy makes sure to bury it. 80 seconds left to go. Both teams still fighting.
There's a reason they call him the Icy Ibra, because ice in the veins. You need a big goal. You need to be able to get back within one and still have time on the clock to be able to challenge here in this game, number one. That's a big way to do it. Right in the middle, dead center of the net is how they get back into this game. And PC was having trouble with that one, but it served as a fake and came back down, tried the pinch, but wasn't able to get much after that. Xing also trying to push into the box. Left for him. Back to Ibra. Looked back towards him, but a little bit too hot to handle there. Didn't matter as Spoon's right back on it, but they only got a minute left. PC's going backwards. Spoon's up for this one, but just off the post.
Fourth man, I swear, the most valuable post, the MVP of every single game, returning back to the field. And this time for PC, will have to return back to the midfield, where they cleared that one all the way down the full length. At this point, it's 40 seconds left to go. One goal is not a great advantage to have, knowing Rule Zero can hit. But for Coop, wins a 2v1, and Xink is there for the hat trick.
It's so hard. They have a no hesitation attitude. Plus, they got out of a double commit on the right wall, too, so they kind of got out of harm's way regardless. But Xink, no hesitation into the box, able to slot that one as well. And what a bit of a cushion here with 32 seconds left. They need something quick off this kickoff if Mason Bedford want to stay competitive in this game one. But Xink instead, oh, the foot resets are clean with it. They'll just kind of dance with it up in the air for that reason. More time on the clock.
This possession control right now, that's all it is. The lead from him, takes the shot and scores. Patience up plenty as Spoon sets up a beautiful lead-cutting goal.
Make this great job to, again, get a timely goal. This team is not going anywhere. They won a state championship for a reason. They continue to be on the gas pedal here to try to take themselves out. But watch kickoff very closely. It's a fake. Ibra, they drew something up, but unfortunately did not quite get it over the direction they wanted it, and Xink able to push it into the corner. Down to 4 seconds left. They'll push it downfield, though, an opportunity as this one will stay up. Xink needs a touch and gets it. Now Coop will be able to play at the length of the pitch, and it will hit the ground. Benjamin Franklin get away with the Game 1 victory.
Wouldn't be as much of a victory, though, as you thought it was if you saw the scoreline with the nameplates off. Benjamin Franklin, it's a Game 1 victory, but it's not their usual domination. And I think that's a great omen for Mason Bedford. They have set up a really good structure for themselves in games to follow. They shot 9 shots on that game, scoring 3 of them. That is a great opening game to this series. And, you know, even though you don't get the win, it's now, can you continue that into game 2? If you play like this for the rest of the series for Mason Bedford, you are going to make it a very, very close one.
Especially if Spoons comes alive, too. I mean, those aren't the numbers we're used to seeing from Spoons. Ibra and him did a great job to step up and keep it close. If Spoons plays a little bit more to his identity, then we see a very, very close challenge. We even might have seen an overtime push and a win from Mason Bedford. So, yeah, you can't sleep if you're Benjamin Franklin High School. You got to continue on because right now they were making a push. But how about the hat trick from Xing to keep things really heated up for them, keep things perfect in terms of games played and continue to just make a statement piece in this playoff. So they'll take the 1-0 lead, but a lot of work to do as they head into game number 2.
They're going to win 3 more if you want to earn that second spot in the Grand Championship. Only one of these 2 teams can make it there, and this best of 7 will decide who earns it in towards that best of 7. Benjamin Franklin trying to do exactly that in game number 2.
Going to be pop high. A chance right off the bat here for Mason Bedford. It's free, and Ibra will slot it. Great placement on that shot. If he would have just shot it back in the net, it would have been saved, but instead they get the early lead.
Incredible. I think this team off the kickoff just said go, go. It is green light time. It is everything in front of us. And if we can score first, we can kind of hold that over their head. For Mason Bedford, being able to continue to hold that scoreline and maybe force Benjamin Franklin in towards those mistake-driven scenarios when they're down so many goals, that is truly where you can ignite this offense.
A couple great touches here from Coop. Play it off back wall. Ibra not able to connect with it. Spoon's gonna be bumped off of it. And Coop was kind of bumped into the play as well. A little bit of an awkward pinball situation circulating, but Coop held strong and made sure that there was no exit plan available here from Mason Bedford. But look at the control there from Exink. The equalizer is a nice one. Another solo play is right what we've seen all series long.
All I can say is gross. I mean, the patience on that first touch is one thing, but to finish the job into the net, I mean, 40 seconds in, it's a response goal as well from Exink, who's just been playing out of the mind, and it's going to continue to be such. It's going to continue to be a hard defensive series here for Mason Bedford, but they were the ones that scored first. They were 5 seconds in, right at the jugular. Now where can they go? Can they find another goal? Can they even out this series? Because at this point, it's Benjamin Franklin who are just getting minuscule advantages that are piling up to an avalanche.
Try to play it to an awkward spot for the defense on the other side of the equation. Mason Bedford did a great job to kind of settle into it. And him right back up to the wall. Red by PC. This one right back down to him. Does not have a lot of boost. Great flick though. Try to get the support for Spoons. It will break through and right back on top for Mason Bedford.
Spoons comes alive here as him. It is just a great faking shot. I mean, it brings literally everybody up on that triple commit. You see the lines kind of diverging into each other. No one really had a clean shot at that save. And with 90 seconds off the clock, all of a sudden, Mason Bedford here to fight, but Exink just answering back with a huge touch off the back wall. Demolition will slow things down for PC. Can't get the shot on target, but can keep it alive here. Exink is waiting in the wings at full boost and almost gets dunked on.
Ibra was waiting there and had a good read on it until that last second adjustment that you saw, but right back to work. Now looking to bank it off the back wall, try to find a teammate, but found Exink instead. Never who you want there. And Spins will just have to kind of cycle it around to the corner, waiting for him. Spoons had to come across late. Exink will be free out in front. Coop will punch this one in for the equalizer. That one looked pretty easy there, Llama.
It's just because Exink makes it look easy towards the backboard, and it is Coop that has been there. The handoff has been perfection. The teamwork has been perfection, and you know what my mom always used to say? If someone makes something look easy, it probably is very, very hard.
That's what the great ones will do, for sure. There's no shortage of great players in this tournament. Exink from the corner, eyeballing Coop on that far side. Does have flip reset in hand. Try to extend it over to Coop, and the extra touch from him as well. That was 2 additional extra touches from Exink that you really don't expect as a defense. And Coop did a great job as well avoiding a bump with no boost in the tank to clear that one too. Because everything that they throw at them from the Mason Bedford camp towards Benjamin Franklin has been read and kind of countered to some degree.
They've adjusted the game plan enough here in game number 2 that Mason Bedford have had their own questions to ask, but the bump is just insanity. Him gets the assist, and Icy delivers an icicle right to the netting.
Great fake from him to pull it down was such a wise choice. Because you know that Benjamin Franklin has a good idea and read whenever you're trying to play as quickly as you can, but when you're able to kind of settle in and slow it down just a tad, you're throwing a changeup when they're expecting a fastball, and that certainly will keep them at bay to be able to give yourselves a lead with just under 2 minutes left here in this game too.
Demos and physicality has been nuts. I mean, continue and keep it up. That's the way you're going to score. And Coop with no boost. It's set up awkwardly. Him off that backboard. PC has to jump that one out. No boost of their own. It is just this defensive side struggling to get it out. Finally, someone in the name of Exink punches it forward off the backboard again. 90 now to go. Coop just waits the patience. This is a great floater. Exink is in the air again. Off the backboard, double the angle. Not quite there. And Coop can't finish the job.
Such a great idea, and just that close to being able to execute as well from Exink. But this one left out in the middle. Somehow they saved it originally, but it will get through. And Mason Bedford up 2 now.
Just a knuckleballer here off of Icy. who is just shooting quick. It doesn't end up as quick of a shot, but it's because it bounces off post and crossbar combo to find itself in the back of the net. And you said a 2-goal advantage here. I don't know that we've seen anybody have this over Benjamin Franklin all weekend long. And with them even shooting 8 shots at a same cap as Mason Bedford, it is the accuracy that is the true killer right now for the Benjamin Franklin defense.
Another perfection in this tournament, very much threatened here. For a number 1 versus a number 5 seed matchup, this seems like both teams are basically dead even, and I would stick to that as well. The way that Mason Bedford has been playing is the exact same team that won Michigan. Love to see them step it up when it matters. But PC trying to challenge this one too with 30 seconds left. They're trying to get one to go through, but Benjamin Franklin is denied.
We'll see if they can bring that denial back towards their own goal. Are you kidding me? 1v3 of the decade for Xing. It is incredible.
Yeah, to pull it back down, get the flip reset, but you just served as a fake to get one to fly past you. And that was before you already made an original move as well. Then you just strong arm, flex on him a little bit, and Xing is certainly making it interesting. As we know, Franklin High School can certainly score in bunches, but they have 16 seconds to do it.
Need another here. Coop and Pruitt, nice little layup pass. Xing has got the shot, but he's got boost except him, who has to jump forward and keep it alive in the offensive zone. Xing, backboard, work from Coop, it's just in! 2 goals in under 30. Benjamin Franklin is BACK back.
No quit in this team, I'll tell you what. And Ivor almost read that one too, but just a little bit off. That's such a difficult read to make, and Coop made them pay after Xing has just put in the heart and soul that's true of an all-star. But now 0-second chance, Ivor pre-flips, trying to get back to it, but PC able to tap it down to the ground, and we have overtime.
Of the effort here from these two teams. And now the clock will start to count up instead of down. How much longer can you hold in this game? You are Mason Bedford. This would be a 2-goal lead that you had, a game that you felt was right in your back pocket. And now you've got a chance to close it out and turn off all of those bad thoughts, though. For PC, it's Coop, the duo, that send themselves flying in. PC hasn't been involved on any of the goals yet in this game, but yet it feels like they have the opportunity. Coop gets it anyway. Hat trick, game sealer. Benjamin Franklin up to 2 in the series.
Just heartfelt effort from Benjamin Franklin High School. Being down by 2 with less than 30 seconds left, they always seem to find a way in the overtime winner to complete the comeback effort here in what was one of the just absolute, just the ability to be able to kind of collect yourselves and be able to put together that type of effort is certainly the best we've seen in this tournament and all semester long, probably through every single league that's here. That's just something special there from Xing and the rest of the squad in order to get the job done. And what was otherwise owned by Mason Bedford suddenly turned into Benjamin Franklin High School win.
And there's nothing less on brand for Benjamin Franklin. Their victory track of choice, Never Gonna Give You Up, by Rick Astley. And it is the second game victory that they never gave up on. They pushed forward over the edge. And now for Mason Bedford, you're not out of the series, but man, that one has got to hurt.
Big time. I mean, you want to talk about how you can really get into your own head and really start to panic a little bit. And one way to do that is by surrendering that 2-goal lead very late into it. You had them right where you wanted them. You had a chance to end their perfection, which quite frankly would have all gone the other way into Benjamin Franklin High School's heads and said, hey, we had a perfect tournament going and that's gone. Now suddenly, you know, maybe they start to overthink things a little bit or things start to play out a little bit different. But because of that big win from Benjamin Franklin High School, it's going to be tough for Mason Bedford to get anything going traction-wise. They need a win in this next game. Otherwise, Llama, I don't give them much of a chance, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, reverse sweeping anybody is tough, but a team that has not lost a single game throughout the entire weekend, all mind you, not even today. They have got the chance, though, to cut it down before it gets to that scenario. If they can win here, if Mason Bedford can find 2 in a row, bring it back to a best of 3, it is very much doable. But Xing has been playing out of their mind. Coop has been right beside them in so many of those goals. And that duo is something you're going to have to find a way to shut the door shut off.
Better to do it than him and Spoons. They're going to be the two up in this play. And Ham's shot a little bit wide, but you had Ibra committing the other way. So in transition, one of the easier goals for Benjamin Franklin High School as he draw first blood.
PC knows when to go forward, and Xink dodges away from the first touch. Make sure to make the opponent work for that defensive touch, and Icy just has no more boost to give. It's an early goal this time here from Benjamin Franklin High School, as it's PC on the assist. We talked about how they weren't involved in any of the goals in that last game. Well, this time around, it is involvement. It is backboard play, and even forcing the double commit off of a nothing burger of a play from Xink turns into Coop going forward and generating even more.
Might get enough on it. PC took a shot as well, just directing something on target, but Ibra was good for the read. And Spoons will play it over to the sidewall. It'll be PC to try to play it forward as well, but he doesn't have very much support there either. I think he was just buying time for the rest of his team to swing back, grab some boost, and try to start from their own end, which they're so deadly at doing too. That end-to-end Rocket League is, if you play into that, pit, Benjamin Franklin's really good at that style, and so that's never where you want to be as a team.
It's also really tough to play against when you're a team that is so offense heavy with Spoons and the crew from Mason Bedford. If you're not scoring, you're like, okay, they're turning the tide, and Xink is gonna do it again. Can't even get a sentence in before laying down another incredible play.
Yeah, that initial touch sets up everything. Realizing that there is nobody on the back wall, which would have been the positional choice to choose, especially against Xink, the way he's been playing. See a wide open backboard, forget about it. He hits that 9 out of 10 times. And we'll get that one to go as well. It'll be a 2-0 lead, and Coop looking for more. Flip reset in hand, trying to get one on Ibra as well. You can just tell the momentum of Benjamin Franklin High School after that dig deep effort to score 3 goals. And one, including one in overtime in 230 seconds for a comeback effort, certainly has sparked something crazy. But hold that thought as Spoon's able to get one back.
Spoons utilizes the opponent here, and Icy, it's a great start on the assist, but Spoons kind of steals it from him. Says, I will use Xink for my own advantage. Scores the first, cuts the lead down in half. I think the goal at this exact moment in time is a lot more important than if it were to come later, where maybe Benjamin Franklin would have been up more in the lead, or if it would have come later and there just wasn't enough time to come back. It's just one goal now, and it's one goal that you as a team need to work to find.
Rebuilding that confidence, right? It's completely shaken after that last game. You have to be able to find it, and what better way to find it than maybe a little bit earlier? And this one's an open chance as well, but it's off the post. Follow-up not good either. Oh, a chance you'll wish you had back for sure. But you can't let it haunt you here at this point in time. That's why you still have plenty of time left in this game to try to work. That one hurts just a little bit though.
I felt that clank, around the world. It was a tough one to hit, as well a tough one to miss. And honestly, you just look back up the scoreboard and say, we're still back in this game. Come on, it's down by 1, down by 2. Coop, the extension of the lead, the onslaught from the sky.
That's what'll happen. At 2 goals away, it feels like Coop gets up in a hurry and able to direct that one down to an open net. And Mason Bedford, they try to commit forward, try to get some offense working, and when you do that, you leave yourself a little bit exposed. And Benjamin Franklin High School, known to do exactly that. And even the drawn-up kick-up play, like we just saw from Mason Bedford, and they're going to be taking advantage of once more. 4-1 lead. Here we go again.
PC must have heard me at the end of that last game. Not involved in any goals in that last one. Involved in 3 out of the 4. Picks up the playmaker medal here and is just solidifying why this team is the #1 seed. Just so well-rounded. Off of 8 shots, they've scored 4, and off of 5 shots, they'll score their second for Mason Bedford.
Again, Ibra off the kickoff, him was able to step up, so that's another drawn-up play. So I love the fact that Mason Bedford certainly has a plan coming in, and off the kickoffs, no less too. I'm sure Johnny Boy would be incredibly happy with that. But that being said, you have to be able to create it whenever the 3v3, whenever you get off the kickoff side of things. And whenever it's been even strength in that degree, it's been Benjamin Franklin that's gotten the better end of the deal. So that being said, minute 47, we'll see if they can get back to it. But they need a goal sooner rather than later here at this point in time.
It's 100 seconds. It's Not incredible to try and score 2 in that timing, but it might be 3. Coop ricochets off the bottom of the crossbar. How many clankers do we have to hear today? The heart stopping, the goal throbbing here. Just cannot find anything to go towards that back line. It's good enough to hold the possession though for Benjamin Franklin. Add that 3-goal advantage. You lose one more goal, it could definitely hit towards that mentality, but Exing just removes the whole back line and walks away like nothing happened.
Luckily, Mason Bedford, unfortunately, a bit of a backflip there from Coop as they were stepping up in their place, so they'll keep them alive for now, as that would have been an easy punch, and it feels like. And Spoons will play up high. Coop already on this one, tries back wall, but him, even without boost, will stay true to his positioning in order to get a touch out. And midfield turning around. PC, wide open net. This one, a runaway. Although they do get back for a save there originally from him, they are able to punch it through regardless.
This is the 4th assist of the game for PC. Felt like it should have been their goal, but Coop was there to finish the job with a powerful touch. And that is as well the 13th shot for Benjamin Franklin. How many times yesterday did we see them rack up a double-digit shooting game? It's just impossible to stop this team when they have that many opportunities.
I mean, you gotta stay strong, have a belief in yourself. Unfortunately, it's been stripped away. Franklin High School has certainly gotten the advantage just about every aspect. Shots, assists, even saves. They've had timely ones as well. Granted, they haven't had to make as many. Exing killing more time. This one will solidify things, and Benjamin Franklin High School will be 1 game away from the finals as well, and just another game that adds to their perfection as far as this week has been concerned. They have been super excellent, and match point they'll go.
And I can't help but think back to last game where Mason Bedford, 30 seconds left to go, 2 goals up, and it's Exing that blows open the door. They kill another goal, and then they go to overtime and win it from the Benjamin Franklin High School side. That momentum shift, you could tell it affected the start of this game. Benjamin Franklin scored a couple easier goals than they had been throughout the series, and now all of a sudden they are set up solely in just a great position. 4 chances to close it out. And by the way, a weekend where not a single team has taken a game, not a series, a game away from them.
That's crazy to think about. And how about PC stepping up to make that happen in this game as well? I mean, 4 assists in that one, just knowing your role, being able to play it to perfection. PC certainly been a factor. Exing, I mean, you can just say his name and know, like, oh, Exing played today. He was impactful. And then you have Coop that absolutely popped up as well with that hat trick. 3 for 7 shooting. Definitely can't bat an eye at that. He has been dynamic on the offensive side of the ball. This team is just clicking. And it's going to take a miracle effort. But at the end of the day, Mason Bedford, we've seen them do it in the past. But they'll need a whole lot, a deep effort from them coming, potentially. We go to game number 4 here and see if Benjamin Franklin High School can punch their ticket as it begins now.
There's only one more spot in the grand finals, and Benjamin Franklin High School have got the better shift in those first 3 games, but it is now the overtime shift for the crew of Mason Bedford. A win here would mean they've got to win 3 more, but you've got to just take it 1 game at a time. And it feels like with this passing offense, they've been able to generate a lot of chances, just not goals. And mostly because Benjamin Franklin, I mean, we talk about Exing, bar down again, but it's PC off the backboard, and Coop with the 3-player setup. Coop, I feel like, has been kind of a silent assassin for how much we talk about Exing, has been scoring goals in every game.
Coop has been making it difficult for Mason Bedford to do anything, especially defensively. I mean, they've been scrambling at times, and causing the first person to miss in rotation will cause the next player in tandem, especially with how quick they get that next touch. So it's been making it awkward for them. So credit where credit's due. They've been fantastic in that aspect and continue to be, as they finally find some relief with the big clear. Much needed one here for sure for this team from Temperance, Michigan.
Crew, though, I mean, they're just so good about transitioning. Coop, another setup shot off the backboard from none other than Exing. The Coop and Exing duo is just gaining stock time over time, growing to an exponential level. And even though they've had a couple of great opportunities, 4 shots in total throughout the first minute and 15, Mason Bedford not allowed a goal yet. critical threshold right here where they need to find their offense.
First time I've seen Benjamin Franklin High School maybe drop back off of a challenge that maybe they should have gone for. A little bit of a hesitation that doesn't happen often. So keep an eye on that, as Mason Bedford could surely use a little bit of help because they typically don't give them much else. And him comes up with a big save. This one back out the center. Shot taken, but Ibra able to get to that one too. Hexink right back to work. Him jumps back down on it. Coop now tries that far corner and almost had it just a little bit off the mark.
Just inches away from finding some daylight in the top left pins. Hexink will re-engage with no boost, by the way. PC isn't there to follow up, and Coop is a little bit far forward. Uh-oh, him's got the dunk in or not. Hexink is there for the cleanup, even in a scenario where 99 out of 100 teams would get scored on. Benjamin Franklin, they just say no.
And not only that, they go the other way, and they somehow find the little space that was given to them from Mason Bedford, and were able to catch in on it. I mean, that was basically like a road that they had to follow in order to keep a distance from every single member of the defense. Benjamin Franklin High School just finds ways to find success.
They paved their own road. I mean, PC goes unassisted on that scoring lane through the right side. You expect it to be Hexink to start. You expect it to be Coop. And then PC steps up out of nowhere to blow open the scoring. And it's not an early goal by any means. There's 2.5 minutes off the clock. Another mistouch will set up him towards a long-range clear. Spoons is just right on the back as Coop picks up another demo. Uh-oh, here's the passing play again. Hexink from the skyline looking for the angle. Him has got the numbers to shut it down.
Yeah, that was a great touch because Hexink had giant eyes looking towards the back of that net, and somehow PC is going to come up with this one. This team is absolutely unstoppable.
I feel like Coop deserves a little bit of an assist, but you know what?
Oh.
PC will earn their goal, will earn the back-to-back, and that's 8 shots, by the way, in a matter of 3 minutes.
Insane. What a stat line. What a performance. The entire weekend long. From yesterday to today, this team has just been able to put up chances in bunches, trying for more here. And more importantly for them, making Mason Bedford chase this entire game when their lives are on the line. It's been a great run for them. A state championship in Michigan for Mason Bedford. But unless they can get something going here in the last minute 40, it will be the end of this run.
To upset the 4 seed to get here. It's only a 2-goal advantage. I mean, at this point, we've seen both these two teams score within 30 seconds, 2 of those goals. So it's what you've got left in the tank. What is that one special play, that one special call you've always got to go to in a moment like this to shut down the dominant offense that has held you back in the defensive half? Hexink rather is going to try and send this one back towards mid, where PC is able to pick up the pieces, but not able to pick up the defense. Spoons lays one in and possibly the fuse to ignite the bomb.
Touch originally to get PC to work backwards, and exactly the right time to find a goal in this one to cut the lead in half and put it within striking distance. And now you just have to find the time to strike. And it's got to come in this last minute or so, but you've given yourself the best opportunity to at least keep it close. So you have to be able to, number one, hold this off. But look at the passing play over the Coop. They're so clean with it. Another one connects.
Oh, man. I mean, it is at every moment. You cannot give them space like this because the passing play is just incredible. I mean, Coop gets that jump in timing with that passing connection, and none of the defense knows where it's going until it finally hits Coop's car and scores. The 2-goal lead is built back up.
Well, they say control your own destiny, Llama, but what we're seeing is controlling every aspect of every single game that they played. And this is just a whole new level. This high school, one of the best, if not the best high school in all of the nation. They've been proving it here, and they continue to march into it. And certainly, you know for a fact that shaking in their boots right now is that Beaver Creek team from Ohio, as they know they have to go up against this team as well. They're a good team, Beaver Creek is, yes. But this Franklin High School team has been something special.
haven't dropped a single game. That alone is insane, and it doesn't look like they're going to anytime soon. We'll say of Beaver Creek's defense, they've only dropped one game in their own right. The 1-2 seeds exiting through that round-robin phase in day number 1 just yesterday. Both of them feel like they're at the top of the world, and one of them is going to have to fall. But it is not falling here today from Benjamin Franklin. Another double-digit shooting game, up to 14, with 4 of them connecting. A dominant performance throughout the 2 days, earning the number 1 seed in the bracket, and for a reason, the squad from California is headed to the grand finals.
Congratulations, Benjamin Franklin High School, for being able to punch their ticket. And they will be facing off with the Beaver Creek team as well. This team, I have not seen a level of cohesion like this in a very long time. Led by X-Inc, but the rest, Coop and PC, were excellent as well. And they just were relentless from the get-go offensively. But even on the defensive side of the ball, being able to create the chances that they did, to be able to transition back, be able to timely move that ball down the field was something completely unseen. And, as far as anybody else being able to do it, they have been fantastic. Almost feel like a league of their own, but Beaver Creek is going to have their opportunity as well to try to challenge.
And that's the best part. I mean, it is, at this moment, one single best of 7 for 2 teams that, again, have rarely, if not ever, crossed paths, not only in the high school scene, albeit ever. They play on 2 completely different servers. You'd have to imagine they haven't even met in the ranked servers. So getting to see each other's offense for the first time, and just one single best of 7 to decide it. Before we get there, make sure you guys are checking out the League OS portal to get yourself involved, get yourself all of those scholarship opportunities. And if you're a college looking to pick out your perfect lineup for the next year, make sure you're getting involved with League OS as well. One more best of 7, California versus Ohio. We'll get to crown our grand finalists right after this short break.